So I've had several prospect calls this week which all led to proposals, but all of them came back and said I was too expensive. Should I talk about price before I do a proposal? Yes. All right, happy Monday. I love Mondays because I'm energized for the week, and hopefully you guys are as well. You know, I have a really cool day. I'm meeting with a number of different prospects. I'm meeting with a number of different clients, helping them out grow their agency faster and easier. And later on today, my drone comes in. And also today, I want to bring back the Ask Swenk show. I haven't done the Ask Swenk show in a long time, and what a better mechanism is to combine the Ask Swenk show with the vlog. I'm excited about that. Got a new hat. It's football or a soccer ball in the US. So I've had several prospect calls this week which all led to proposals, but all of them came back and said I was too expensive. Should I talk about price before I do a proposal? Yes, 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 you need to qualify them before you jump into a proposal. Look, too many agencies are jumping into the proposal before they're even ready for it. Whenever we would do a proposal, that was only after we got a verbal from. And one of the things that will help you out is to understand this concept that we've developed and that I walk my salespeople through called NBAT. It stands for Need, Budget, Authority, and Timing. And within the first 5 minutes, you need to figure out what is their need and does it match up with your core service. Look, at the end of the day, it's about taking on the right prospect because there's no such thing as a bad agency client. There's only a bad prospect or a bad process. And if the needs do not match up with your core offering, it is a bad prospect. So you got to figure that out. After about 5 minutes, then you can start getting into their budget and asking them what their budget is. Now, you're probably saying, a lot of times I ask the budget and they say, I don't have a budget. Or you tell me. Well, there's 2 ways that you can get the budget. Think about if you were working with a realtor and you went up to their office and you went into their office and you said, I'm looking to buy a house. The first thing they're going to ask you is well, what type of house, right? They're going to ask you their need. Then the second question they're going to ask is what's the budget range that you're trying to stay around? Because a realtor can show you a $10 million home that you're going to fall in love with, but if you can only afford a $200,000 home, you're never going to call that realtor back because you're going to be embarrassed because you can't afford that. The same thing goes with running an agency. You have to determine what is their budget. So when they say, I don't have a budget, or you tell me, you basically need to be a reverse auctioneer and saying, look, we just need to know some kind of range that you're trying to stay around. Are you trying to stay around 500,000, 400,000, 3, 2, 1, whatever it is, and come up with a particular range? Now you can figure out, are they the right prospect? And each one of these positions, you're figuring out, is it a go or no-go situation? The next question you need to ask is figuring out, are they the authority? Now, everybody's going to tell you that they're the authority, that they can make the decisions. But I found by asking this one question alone will determine if they're the authority. Because you can look at their titles. You can look at chief whatever, chief garbage officer, whatever it is, and you're like, oh, this is the chief. I need to, they can make a decision. No, not necessarily. So if you say, how does this overall need that you need from us align with your overall business objectives? Most of the time they'll say, well, Bob knows that. We need to ask Bob. Who's Bob? He's the CEO. Oh, cool. Can we get Bob on this conversation? It's a nice way to bring in that authority. The last part is timing. When do they expect this to be done? When do they expect results? And this is another no-go or go situation of saying, do they have unrealistic timing expectations? If they want this by tomorrow or a week that normally takes you 6 months, you're setting yourself up for failure. This goes back to a bad prospect. Walk away. So in the next phase, what you're doing is you're not pitching your core service, you're pitching foot in the door offer. This is a slice off of your core service in order to kind of qualify them. And this is the cool part about it is you don't need to do a proposal for this. Literally, you could do a paid discovery or an audit, and you could send them to an order page. You get into this in my Agency University Agency Playbook, which you guys should definitely check out if you're not in there. But I'll put links somewhere up here or here. so you can check out the agency university, right? I mean, think about if you could get rid of a lot of the proposals in the very beginning, that would be pretty sweet, right? But you sell this paid foot in the door. Then after you position that, now it's all about, like about 45 minutes later, it's all about positioning the next meeting. You always get the meeting while you're in the meeting, or position the next meeting while you're in the meeting. Now these people will not go dark on you. Now, here's the other thing, is when you're qualifying them, you're not qualifying them for the foot in the door offer. You're qualifying them for later on. Look, you can work with a lot of people at the foot in the door offer, but if they can't afford the next level, that doesn't matter, right? It doesn't even matter if you made money or lost money on the foot in the door. The point is you're converting them from a prospect to a paying customer, which then hopefully entitles them from going to a customer to a paying client that is profitable. Profitable. Did I say that word right? Profitable. I always love when I get questions from agency owners who are like, well, you started your agency like 5 years ago. Lots changed. I was like, yes, but I've worked with over 10,000 agencies, so I see everything. I was like, one agency owner one time, I said, I've seen everything. You cannot surprise me. He goes, I can surprise you. It was kind of like that cocktail movie. He's like, I can't be spooked. Right? You remember? And he's like, I'm spooked. And literally, the agency owner said, well, my partner's leaving, could go join a cult. I'm like, you got me. And that's happened it's not only happened once, it's happened twice. So I just got off a prospect meeting. This prospect's not the right prospect for me, and I think knowing your criteria of what you're looking for and knowing what you are especially good at and what you can deliver on is the key. It's okay to walk away from certain prospects. You don't have to say yes just because they want to pay you. If they don't match the criteria that you set to be your perfect client, say no, because if you take on the wrong client, they're going to be a complete nightmare.
All right, I'm pretty excited to see what this is because I think I know what this is. It's the SMOVE. It stabilizes your iPhone. Now I have to read the instructions. All right, check this out. This little gimbo, it's called SMOVE. I saw a buddy doing a commercial for it, and literally you can, it just keeps it centered, and you can film good photos. I think you can turn it, I don't know, I'm still learning it. Another box. Ooh, the drone. Look how small this thing is.